let's get into season one, which I'm very excited for, but I need a sip of wine first because it has just been so many like pitfalls back to back. Jesus. That was crazy. Okay, so Hot Takes and Healing is the podcast that I've been wanting to start for a while. And it's all about life, dating, funny moments, the good, the bad, what I've been learning, and honestly, all of the shit that I should have journaled but decided to put on social media instead. So, is this my form of therapy? Yeah. Yeah. So I have my notes here. I'm recording the voice memo on my iPhone, and you're seeing me on my iPad. So let's just get into it. So season one was originally supposed to be about the book Why Men Love Bitches, and I thought that was supposed to be what season one was going to be about, but after my friend suggested this book to me because I was having a series of bad dates, I quickly realized that one, I'm not male centered and I don't care what men think. Two, I don't really like men. Yeah, who would have thought? Like, I have always associated myself to be queer, but I thought I was playing for both teams, and right now I'm only playing for one team, and it's not a man. I could care less about that, and that's the beautiful thing about love. It's a spectrum, and that's just what I'm feeling right now. And so as I was reading the book, it wasn't resonating with me, and so I scratched that idea, and I put this season off for so long because I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And then I realized, girl, you turned 24 this week. Stop putting off the things that you are genuinely interested in talking about. Like, just talk about whatever the fuck you want. And gosh, I hope this doesn't get like censored or whatever, but today's topic is something that I hold dear to my heart, and it's okay to be a bitch. Okay? That's what I want to talk to you guys about today. It is okay to be a bitch. A lot of the times we associate that word with something, and it's funny because season one was supposed to be about like why men love bitches, and I'm kind of like flipping it about like why it's okay to be a bitch, but it's not based on the book, but it's about my personal feelings. And we have associated that word with such a negative connotation. I mean, it means female dog, but we use it for other terms, specifically like degrading terms for women and or men and or individuals, and it's not right. And so I personally have reclaimed the word, and knowing that we use this for such a negative connotation, I want you to know that it's okay to be a bitch. It's okay to not be liked by everyone. You weren't put on this earth to be liked by everyone. You weren't here to be a people pleaser. You know, God brought you into this earth for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to have your human experience, and for you to live your life to your full potential. And not everyone's gonna like that. And that's okay, because you don't have to be liked, but you do have to be true to yourself. You do have to like yourself at the very least. And you have to be willing to do the hard things to be able to live the life that you deserve and that you want. So, it's okay to be a bitch. And I don't want this to sound scriptive. That's not what I want it to sound, but like it is something that I have been learning because I feel like in the past was a people pleaser, and then I transitioned into being like not ignorant but like absent and avoidant. And now I'm learning to be myself and be witty and be personable, but not at the expense of myself, but with who I am as a person today. And I'm okay with not everyone resonating with that, because the people that I want in my life now, I want it to be because I want them there, because they want to be there, because they find peace with me, because they like me for me, because of the value that I bring into their lives, and because of the value that they bring into mine. So that is kind of like why I wanted to talk about this in the first place. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was setting boundaries. It's okay to set that boundary. It's okay for you to say, I don't like this. I don't want this. This is not how I envision myself. That's fine. And if someone crosses that boundary, speak up for yourself in that very moment. And the way they respond is going to be the indicator of how you want to proceed moving forward and how they want to proceed moving forward. So for example, and I'm just stupid stuff, if you say, hey, I don't like bananas, and someone gives you a banana pudding, and you're like, thank you for the gesture, I really don't like bananas though, so I'm not gonna eat this, but I would love it if you give this to someone else. And they're not reciprocating of that feedback, and they're not empathetic enough to be like, damn, I messed up, let me make this right. Or for them to say, thank you for telling me that, this is something that you don't agree with, like this isn't gonna happen again. One, either they're gonna be off put by the fact that you asserted your boundary and they're gonna leave your life. Or two, they're going to admit that, like, hey, I remember you said that a few months ago. I'm sorry, I forgot. Like, this isn't gonna happen again, but like, I hope you still appreciated the gesture, whatever, whatever. And it's not gonna happen again. They're gonna listen. And so moving forward, that romantically and or platonically, the person that you just had that conversation with respects you and is going to want to do what's best for the both of you moving forward while taking into account that boundary. Or that person isn't going to appreciate it and they're going to leave your life. And that's okay. In fact, I would argue that that's even better, because you don't want someone in your life that isn't going to listen to your boundaries and that isn't going to respect that. Period. Like, whatever. The second thing that I wanted to talk about on why it's okay to be a bitch, it's also okay to be fucking difficult. It is okay to be difficult. You don't have to be easygoing. You don't have to go with the flow. If it's not something that you don't want for yourself, that you don't want to participate in, that you don't agree with, say that. And that is okay. Because the people that you want in your life are the people that are going to accept you for who you are, with how difficult you're being, with how firm you're being, with the boundaries that you're asserting, and they're going to be okay with that, and they're going to acknowledge that, and they're going to accept that, and they're going to love you for that. And so if they don't accept you for you being difficult and for you not wanting to be easy and going with the flow, granted, time and place for everything, you don't need them in your life. You don't have to accept the bare minimum. If you know that your favorite color is pink, You don't have to accept liking the color purple when you don't like the color purple just because someone tells you that you should like the color purple. Granted, that is a very small example, and like it might not like hit the way that it should, but that's just an example. Like it's okay to be difficult, it's okay to set boundaries, it's okay to be firm, it's okay to not be easygoing, it's okay. Your community will find you, your person will find you by you being who you are. Granted, I'm not saying that you, I, don't have to change. I'm not saying that my shit don't stink, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's certain things that you don't have to compromise on. There are things that you should compromise on. There are things that you should work on, but your peace of mind, your boundaries, what make you feel safe, who you are as a person, your morals, your values, you don't have to change them to please someone else unless it is actually something that is causing you harm, that is dangerous, that like your therapist, your doctor, your family has brought to your attention, that should be changed. But if it's not something as extreme as that, like, babe, you're okay. You don't have to be like by everyone. Fuck that shit. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is it's okay to be sedity. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be mean. It's okay to be yourself. I think right now, like, I don't know if it's my generation or the generation after me, because I'm like Gen Z or whatever. I don't know if it's the millennials. Maybe it's the rise of social media, but like, everyone is the fucking same. And I hate that. Give me a little bit of personality. Have a little bit of personality. Have a quirkiness to you. Be witty. Be silly. Be weird. Not in the bad way, but like, be sedity. Babe, be stuck up. Like, who cares? But like, be yourself. That is what I personally think is what draws people to you. Don't change your personality to feel a stereotype. Don't change your personality because it's what's gonna allow you to pop off in social media, or because it's gonna get that guy or that girl or that person to like you. Be yourself, babe. Have a little, like, come on. I'm tired of seeing these, like, robots and these, like, chat GPT people. You don't have to be perfect all the time. You don't have to say the perfect thing. You don't have to look perfect, but you do have to be yourself. That's how people find you. That's how you find your community. And, like, that's what's gonna make you the happiest, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a therapist. Like, I'm just a girl living her human experience, and, like, these are the things that I have been learning, and I've been seeing a lot of fruit from it. Like, I've been seeing a lot of positivity come through by me just like accepting these things, and it's working out. So why not share them? Like, I think about life, and I think that your life is a direct consequence of your actions. What you choose to let into your life, what you choose to accept, how you choose to react to certain things, how you treat yourself. I used to put myself on the back burner. I used to not prioritize myself. I used to not take care of myself. I used to talk badly about myself. And granted, I'm not perfect. Like, sometimes I do catch myself listening to intrusive thoughts, listening to anxiety. But thank God, with the help of my therapist, thank you, girl, I have realized that the way that I talk to myself and the things that I let into my life are a direct consequence of how my life plays out. And these past couple of months, while things have been difficult, I have felt an immense amount of peace. I have felt the most amount of love. I have felt the most amount of gratitude. I have felt the closest to God. I have just been having an amazing experience. And that is directly because, honestly, I was like, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be a bitch. It's okay to not be liked by everyone. It's okay to have boundaries set in place. It's okay to be difficult. It's okay to be firm. Like, it's okay. Like, the world is not going to end by you no longer putting yourself on the back burner. And I truly hope that maybe, you know, this resonates with someone else. And like, granted, I don't want to start this podcast to tell other people what to do. I just want to share my experience with you guys. And what I've been learning is that being difficult and being a bitch leads to motherfucking peace. Okay? It does. Like, I have found so much peace and so much clarity. And these are the 5 things that I've kind of been talking in therapy about with my therapist. Yeah, she's a queen. That have been working and that I've been seeing the genuine response from. And granted, I know that I've been saying a lot of these things in a general way. Like, they can be used in your platonic life, in your romantic life, in your work life, in your spiritual life. But a lot of these things I've actually applied to like my dating life, and while that's not going the way that I would have hoped right now, conversation for another day, things have been going the way that they should have been, the way they were destined to be, because I have put these things in place romantically, spiritually, and platonically. So I hope that what we talked about today, or what I talked about today, kind of resonated with you a little bit, and maybe you start to implement, or maybe just give me your thoughts on, what we talked about and what you felt by some of the things that I was saying, because I would also love to take in the feedback as I grow within myself and within this journey. But I mean, I feel like we've talked about some pretty heavy stuff. So I kind of wanted to end off today on a positive note-ish of just like things that have been on my mind. I don't even know if I should talk about this here, even though that's kind of the point of all of this. Maybe I'll take it out, I don't know. But one of the things that I wrote down this morning, because this was heavy on my mind, was that I questioned if there was ever going to be a time that I would ever be fully healed. I feel like I've been on this journey of constant rediscovery. And I'm like, when am I going to feel like 100% myself? Excuse me. When am I going to feel healed? And I wonder if that's never. Yeah. Gosh. That's what I wonder. Oh, Lord. And another thing that I kind of wrote down this morning was, I don't care about fitting in anymore. And that gives me so much peace. Like, granted, I'm not gonna go out of the house looking crazy, but I don't care about fitting in with trends anymore. I just like what I like. I wear what I like, and I don't care what other people think. Granted, like, if I look crazy, let me know. But if I am just being my authentic self and I'm just happy, that's okay. I don't have to fit in to the standard, to what people are doing on TikTok. I just have to feel comfortable within myself. Like, that's all that matters. Another thing that I wrote down is casual dating is hard, okay? But dating women casually is harder. I don't know if I need to explain that, but that is another thing that I wrote down. It's just that is a horrifying, let me tell you. And I've been trying my best. Like, I've been getting to know a lot of people and just exploring that, and just like the dates have been better. But that is hard. Like, to not get emotionally invested so much into multiple people. Oh, and the drama, honey. The drama. It can be a lot. But maybe that's a topic for another day. And the other thing that I wrote down, because it has been on my mind lately, it's been all over TikTok. It's everywhere. I'm tired of hearing people's opinion on other people's body. If it is not a compliment, I don't want to hear it. And I don't say that about myself, but I say that for the conversations that I have. I love speaking life into other people. And everyone's body is unique and beautiful in its own way. I don't want to hear anything negative about other people's bodies. If you're going to talk to me about someone else's body, it has to be a compliment. Oh, I really like how this dress looks on this girl. Period, yes, boo, you look good. That's all I want. Like, I want to uplift other people. I want to hear good and positive things about other people. I don't think we should talk about people's bodies, period. But if you are going to make a comment to me about someone else, let it be positive. Because I'm all about the positivity train. But yeah, those were all of the things that were on my mind today and the past few days. And that is how I am closing episode 1 of season 1. Why it's okay to be a bitch. Because, baby, it is!